Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Open Table Adventures. I am Dan the Baker, and today we are playing another little round of the Triangle Agency. I will be your general manager for this session. Cheers. Oh, cheers. Why don't everyone say hello to our fantastic field agents? Why don't we go around and say who you are, starting with VJ.
Hey everybody, my name is VJ Harris. My pronouns are they, them, he, him, and something funny. You can find me pretty much everywhere at VJH Creations, and if not that, it's VJH_Creations. I'm a full-time tabletop role-playing game designer and professional GM.
I am Storm. You can find me anywhere as Storm Sorceress. You can't find me under Storm Sorceress, I don't exist there. I'll be playing Margot.
Howdy, I am Meadow, she, they pronouns. I exist everywhere on the internet at Howdy Love Darlin or Howdy Love Darlin GM, and I will be playing Mags, Baneberry, she, her pronouns.
Think so?
That leaves me. Hi, hello. My name is Darby. I use she, they pronouns. You can find me on the internet anywhere as Chaotic Darby, and I will be playing Maude Tulane, who also uses she, they pronouns.
We bring everyone back now as we zoom back into and below the Biltmore Mansion in Asheville, North Carolina, as we go through the halls of the Triangle Agency. Stark white lighting, clean linoleum floors, splashes of color here and there, a lot of red, a lot of triangles. There are phones going off, people rushing with trays of coffee, carts of paperwork, weird wriggling boxes that you don't ask questions about. But where do we find our Mick Johnson?
So Mick has walked in. He's wearing now like a red bow tie because demerits, to mark it as such. He is walked in, just kind of, nods, waves, isn't really giving an attitude of like really caring about the demerits. He got into trouble in his last place, so this is par for the course for him. And is back down at his desk and is just going through like the start of his paperwork and, getting a jump on that before something inevitably happens.
Yeah. I think you see, like, as you're working, you kind of see people do like double take at you a little bit. It's something like because you've had, that kind of shame badge before. Like, it's people be like, "Oh, what did you do to do that?" But they don't actually say it because that's kind of like taboo to say, to actually ask. What is Mick working on specifically, or is he just kind of like going through like old paperwork and like kind of that boring scut of it all?
I think one of the things, okay, so mostly it's scut, but periodically he's like, he knows the writing on the wall, right? With the number of maintenance, he's like, what is my exit plan from here? What am I gonna do? And it's kind of like, he's not really looking at his options, but just kind of casually like, yeah, I guess I should take a look and see, what's my next step out of here. Kind of in his head, he's like, I've had to transition from jobs before. It's fine. We'll figure something out. Is looking back at his past work, what he could feasibly say, yeah, I could get a job in this instead. He's had like over 100 jobs at this point, so.
Yeah. You see, he kind of he approaches the front of your desk almost out of nowhere. You see your supervisor, Jerome Jones, who is actually kind of similar in appearance to you. Seems a bit older, probably a little darker complexion. Everything is like perfectly, like his hair and beard are perfectly groomed. His every like inch of his suit is tailored perfectly, sharp corners, fully ironed. And he has a smile that fully reaches his eyes. And he says, "Mick, just wanted to check in, see how you're doing."
Hey, thanks for the check-in. It's appreciated. I'm doing fine. Work is work. Glad to be here. Just kind of like straightens the bow tie out a little bit. Very much just treating it like a,
Yeah. That's that's great, Mick. I'm glad, you're recognizing your mistakes that you made, and you are appreciating the work that we do here. And to further appreciate that, you're probably about to be sent on another field mission. I had this made for you, and he pulls out a large key, like it's probably like about like this long, this big, like a normal looking house key, and he hands it to you. And you see like kind of written along the edge of it, along the length of it, is just the word honesty. And Jerome says, because honesty is what?
The best policy.
I would say honesty is key, but that is also true. Yeah. It's key.
I think on his face, he's I think it's very clear for supervisor to see that like he knew what the right one was, but he also said something that wasn't wrong. So kind of like very much playing into his like, okay, I can bend it. I can't lie to it.
Yeah, definitely. You see, Jerome's smile doesn't drop, but his voice does. He goes a little lower, and he says, "There was reports from your last position in the other offices of similar behaviors. So I was warned about that, but we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll keep an eye on you."
I appreciate the what's the word? I appreciate the care and one-to-one I'm getting from you, and I promise I will do my best, better than my best moving forward.
I'm so happy to hear that, Mick. Hey, keep that up. And that senior PR position might have your name on it. And he like kind of backs away doing finger guns. It's 10 minutes to your morning meeting.
Opens up his thermostat, like his face kind of falls like, oh my God. And then a big gulp.
Definitely, yeah. We follow as Jerome backs out into the hallway and then kind of turns on his heels and continues walking. As we are following him, he smiles and nods to everyone, and he smiles at Margot as she passes him. What is Margot doing? What's she up to?
Margot is also talking to her supervisor about an idea she has for the hotline department.
Yeah. Your supervisor, Leanna, who's a middle-aged woman with graying hair. But she doesn't, as she speaks, her mouth doesn't move, but instead she speaks within your mind itself. And is not really saying words, but is communicating in like images and feelings.
Margot definitely needs more internal running commentary in her brain. Absolutely.
But what are you? What are your ideas?
So Margot's very animated, and she's like, so I feel like obviously we go out on missions and it's great. I have a lot of fun. I feel like we do a lot of good work, but I feel like the hotline department specifically could do so much more with that. What if we had like a dispatch? Like we get a lot of calls, and I don't think a lot of them have to do with us. A lot of them don't, but I also think a lot of the ones that don't end up going where they need to, and we kind of try to direct them there, but then there's all the glitchy stuff. What if we dispatched people and then worked with that?
You get the image, like kind of the feeling in your head of like, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. I don't know if the higher ups would like that. You kind of get the image of like people, like shadowy suited figures around a boardroom table, who are all kind of shaking their heads. And then you see like all of them have like little money signs over their head, as they're trying to kind of show to you like, that's a good idea, but cost wise, that might not be what the corporate wants.
What about I'll think about it. Maybe. I don't know how. I don't even know how people pay us with the hotline stuff. In theory, they don't even know that it's us a lot of the time. And I'll think about it. I'm gonna figure out something, maybe like an emergency fee or something like that. I don't know. I feel like I have to deal with a lot of people that like it might be good if there was someone to go find them and then who had fun, useful anomaly powers that could be beneficial to their situation. But I'll figure it out.
Yeah, Leanna kind of nods. You see in their eyes, there's like almost like the swarming of like tiny little. It's not like the swarming tiny insects, but like almost like little fish. As Leanna is a constructed being of like a hive mind, of like psychic energy, essentially. And they kind of respond to you with the image of like a like person researching and like doing looking at old files, looking at like incidental reports, and like kind of they allude to the fact that like the money could be there, but we would have to find it ourselves.
Okay. Margot's definitely distracted by the eye contact and just like absent-mindedly. I don't know if Leanna drinks coffee, but Margot has found a coffee cup on the table that is definitely not hers, that she is like drinking as she is having this conversation.
Yeah. And you can feel this is also like you can feel fractal on your back. Leanna is like kind of one of the only people who can who fractal can't hide from, because they're a psychic being. They can kind of sense fractal like wherever they go. And there's almost a little bit of like kinship between them, because they're both a little bit like they're both kind of anomalous beings that work within the Triangle Agency. I don't know how much actual work Fractal does.
I don't think Margot could tell you either.
Yeah, I don't know. They could have a full. They're a CPA.
Just like Perry the Platypus style, like it's a different job, puts on a hat and leaves.
Has a little briefcase, yeah. But yeah, Leanna kind of reassuringly kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and like maintains the eye contact and nods, giving you the feeling of like, keep up the good work. Like you're having these ideas is good. And there's not just always not the there's not always the resources to back up good ideas in a corporate setting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
I think that kind of that.
Yeah, that was. I don't think she has any more ideas beyond just the general vibe at the moment. So
yeah,
I think that's about all she's got for Leanna.
Yeah, so Leanna walks away, and I think that kind of feeling kind of stays with you as you kind of think back to your time as a park ranger. It's very similar in the sense of like, you can have so many good ideas about programs and things to do, but like, especially, in a national park, you're a government-funded agency, so you don't always have things going to the right places and go and doing the right things. Oh, there's my camera. Sorry.
Okay.
It was right there. But yeah, how does kind of having that feeling, like that old feeling mixing with this new feeling, how does that leave Margot feeling? Like, what is that mixture feel
I feel like a little bit disappointed, because she knew like in truly the field, like they're not getting funding for fucking anything. So it was kind of like an anticipated thing of like, yeah, I'd like to do this. Probably going to say no. Yeah, I'd like to do this. But then there's this big like agency and it's corporation, and she has like only vague understanding of how corporations work.
Yeah.
So just assumed like, oh, they have way more money than the federal government's going to give to any national park. It's like, yeah, we can do all these things. And it's just like, okay. Because she is one of the, I think, maybe the newest agent or one of the newer ones, only been working here for like a couple of months. So this is like one of the first ideas that she's like had to give to upper management and is like, oh, okay, it might be the same. Or maybe they don't want to share the money, but that also means it is the same, yes.
Yeah.
So
So yeah. And then do you just go back to working on like the hotline, or are you gonna try and do some research?
probably gonna mull that over, so we'll do some hotline calls in the meantime. And then
Yeah.
meeting.
And then your morning meeting. So yeah, we you sit down, you put on like a little headset as phones start ringing. Press a little button. We kind of see the electric pulse go through the phone, through the wires, down the halls, zipping as it goes into the lamp sitting next to Mags as it flashes on. What do we see Mags doing?
I think Mags is zipping up one of those, not quite hazmat suits, more like those cleanup crew suits, and sliding on some rubber gloves over her black driving ones, and making sure that her locks are like twisted up into a hairnet. And is doing some of the dirtier work of disposing of some people who maybe didn't make it through an encounter with some of the things we deal with on a day-to-day basis. So I am cleaning up a bit of a mess, as it is my job to do, and finishing up with that. I think putting the last bit of the remains into probably like an incinerator or something.
Yeah. No, that's like there's essentially like a gymnasium-sized incinerator that is used for organic disposal as well as like disposal of certain documents, things that like shouldn't be found again but don't need to be erased from existence.
Yeah.
Ways to do that as well. I think you are you're doing this in congruence. I think one of your fellow gravediggers is there with you. Why don't you tell me about one of your coworkers? Not to put you on the spot, just put. I mean, you don't have to.
No, it's Jerry. We all know Jerry. Jerry is one of the most talkative, sweetest, naivest people I have ever met. So he's literally just a sweet little bean and gets sick to his stomach every single time we have to do our job. So Mags just tries to help, I guess would be the word. And if Jerry is currently talking right now, she's not making it easy to ignore what we're doing in here. Just to make sure that, Jerry toughens up a bit, knows what to expect from the job.
Yeah, I think he fully like has like a clothespin, like closing his nose, and like science, like literal like biology classroom goggles on.
Yeah.
That's and
Jerry.
he's like talking, and he's like, and then my third wife left me for a younger man, but what are you gonna do? She took most of my money, but I still had some left, which is fine. I kept the dog. She did get the Corvette and the house. But it's that's life, right?
Meanwhile, I'm like slapping an arm onto a weighing scale and like telling him what to write down so he knows how much organic matter is going into the incinerator at any given time. It's like 22 pounds, and I toss it in. Like I'm just making sure the job is happening, even if Jerry can't help.
Jerry still he is talking, but is like very much like taking down the notes and like is like even putting extra descriptions of like this one had a tattoo and like things like that, things that like aren't necessary, but I don't know, it's a little personal touch. And he said, he goes, say, there was one that you mentioned once. You were doing a little thing with your niece. How's that going? Is that still going on? How's she doing?
I think I like slap blood off of my hands, and I stop and look at Jerry, and I go, "It's going real good. Thank you for asking." And I'm gonna reach into my suit and pull out a little vial and set it on the table next to Jerry and go, "Okay, she told me I have to get used to this. In fact, since you organically brought up our product, let me tell you about how organic it is. Here we have this salve for just the problem you're experiencing, sir. Put just a dab of this under your nose, and you'll smell no more offensive scents or odors. Isn't that amazing? Would you like this small vial as a free sample of good faith?" Say
He
yes,
looks like
Jerry.
genuinely. Yeah, he looks genuinely like shocked, like in a good way. Like he's like, "Oh, this is like a pleasantly surprised." And he goes, "That's mighty kind of you, Max. I would love a free sample." And he takes the vial, and like it's like a salve. You said like a little like lotion type situation.
It's kind of like Vapo Rub, but like way
like
less. Yeah, for the nose area.
And he like takes a little bit and like rubs it under, and go, "Oh wow, that's something. Is that lavender? Lavender, I think that's maybe a little clove. Oh wow, my sinuses are opening too. That's great.
Glad to see you breathing, Jerry." And I'm gonna like take the clothespin off his face and just like clip it to his pocket and like tap him on the shoulder and go, "Can we please get back to work?"
Yeah, of course. That's the you got that leg.
Then I just go right back.
Yeah. We see, you weigh the leg, you throw it into the fire as a burst of flame comes up. As that flame cinematically we see turn into the flame of a Bunsen burner in the R&D department, under a bubbling flask of some weird liquid where we see Maude. What is Maude up to?
Maude is boiling some liquids of just
making tea.
Making tea, honestly. Making coffee. But has one of the Keurig pods that she's just put over the Bunsen burner and is just boiling just the little pod. Just poured some mystery liquid in there from her desk. And it's just sitting there, waiting for it to boil, staring directly into the flame.
Yeah. You see, I think you don't see at first because the staring into the flame kind of made your eyesight a little spotty. But like you see kind of like the when like the weird like the triangle shaped little flask, when you see someone through it, their face is all like weird shaped. You see that as you see someone bending over to look at what you're doing. And as you both look at each other, you see your supervisor Aces, who we met in our first episode, who saying, "That smells awful."
Yeah. It's gonna taste great though.
Is it?
I keep telling myself that.
Okay.
Do you need something, Aces? Me and Harvey kind of busy.
It's just, I just needed to know, or do we need to evacuate?
No. Why would we need to evacuate?
We're getting He like pulls out a thing that like is like some like a scientific measuring device. So like, this measures air toxicity, and he points to like where like the level is at. Here's where it's at, and then about a centimeter up, like here's where we need to evacuate people. So like I need to know, is it gonna go down or up?
It should go down.
Should, okay.
Yeah, should go down.
And why? Like, what is... We have a Keurig.
Yeah, but, like, it's too watery. I just need, like, really concentrated. The caffeine crossbow bolt wasn't doing what I needed it to do. Sort of realized that it could just be accomplished with a tranquilizer gun, but just replacing the trank with caffeine. So that's kind of out the window. Gestures at like a pile of like broken crossbows. Like,
yeah. So that's the opposite of tranquilizing then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm anti-trank. I'll get marketing on that.
Yeah. So
okay.
crossbow bolts, not good. But the rifle's a little hard to wield at yourself, you know?
Yeah.
So this is the next best option.
Okay. You couldn't do like maybe like a patch? Or like some, you know, maybe
pulls
like
up their arm, patch, like triangle, patch.
Okay. I don't think your veins are supposed to be that color. That's
this is normal.
Okay, cool. We do have we have great health insurance if you need to get a prescription for ADHD. I believe that might be necessary. Okay. Well, you know, it
just deadpan like
yeah.
I don't have ADHD.
Yeah, no, of course not. Sorry to didn't mean to imply anything.
Turns off the Bunsen burner, just tongs, grabs the thing off, puts it on a cozy, then puts on a glove, and then grabs it and starts sipping from it.
Oh.
You want some?
How is it?
It's great.
How is it?
It's great.
He puts on a similar glove and takes a sip. I want you describe to me what feeling both of you, I guess, are feeling at this point.
It's gritty. There is
textures, yeah.
Yeah. It's like it was just milk in the Keurig pod and then a bunch of crushed up caffeine pills in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's definitely not watery.
No.
I don't think there's any. I in fact is making my drying my mouth out. I do feel more awake though, so that's something.
Yeah, it's really good. I need like 3 more of these today, and then I'll be good.
Yeah, and it does taste better than it smells, but not by much. So
I think by 3%. Which is the acceptable margin. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Morning meeting in 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go wash my mouth out.
But why? Do you need more?
Nope. He kind of waves his hand out. As you
Harvey, my genius is unappreciated. Have some coffee.
The green screen's fighting for his life.
Ooh, where is it?
Harvey, the invisible duck.
Ooh. Invisible duck? Is it invisible or am I just crazy? I don't know.
So yeah, the 4 of you, after about 10 minutes, convene in a conference room for your morning meeting. You see the screen is all set up. There's like the little individual cups, glass cups with like a water pitcher in the middle. There's some lemon in it. You have a couple minutes before it starts. You'd all like to talk amongst yourself, catch up.
Anybody want coffee?
I was just about to say Margot is headed over to Maude to find the newest horrible caffeine R&D deal.
Sorry,
Is it
what's in
Not being shot today?
No. I figured that the crossbow bolt actually inefficient. Someone already made like a tranquilizer, but like it's a wakalizer because now it's filled with caffeine. So that project done. We're working on marketing. But this is a Keurig pod that I put some milk in and a bunch of caffeine pills
Okay.
for efficient caffeine consumption.
Margot takes it like a shot.
And it feels like you have been, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The crossbow bolt was gentler.
Yeah.
I've had worse.
I think Mags is looking for Mike.
Or for Mick. Yeah.
Sorry, for Mick. I think she's watching out for if you are drinking from your special drink. Yeah, I'll walk over.
Sees you walking over and puts a lid back on the thermos.
Morning.
Morning.
Is today the day?
I don't know what you mean.
Is today the day you finally tell me what's in that dang thermos?
Oh. How about a guess?
Sure, throw one out.
Oh, no, you guess.
Dang it, I almost had you. I swear, I'll get you one of these days. I think it's something terrible mixed up by the company to keep you vivified and going strong. Something absolutely disgusting. Because as many times as I have asked you, you have never once even let me get to this far as possibly guessing. So it has to be terrible.
Well, terrible's in the eye of the beholder. I don't find it terrible, so. And I don't think you would find it terrible.
Try me.
I will say, it is not something that the agency has whipped up for me. All personally sourced.
Then it must be horrible. You ain't told me what it is yet.
That's as much as you're getting out of me.
For now, maybe. For now. And she'll kind of like just back up, still looking straight at you, Mick.
Mick gives you a very friendly smile. He does enjoy when you decide to come up and try and figure out what he's drinking.
It's not every day, but some days I'm like, I can't resist. I must ask today. So yeah, I'm not surprised I didn't get the answer, but it was a day to try. And I go take my seat after probably, I guess, watching Margot vibrate out of existence. I don't.
Margot disappears like fractal.
But if you tried like aerosolizing the caffeine, like a gas mask or something.
Oh, or like pulls out a what the hell are they called? Inhaler. Like,
Yeah.
A nebulizer.
Yeah, nebulizer, like one of these.
Yeah.
It just rips out the inhaler part.
Margot and Maude are
Jams
going
it
to be
full of- yeah.
snorting caffeine by the end of the session. Not campaign session.
Too powdery.
Did you
Must
just
flip
put
the
like
dice.
a K-pod in an inhaler?
Yeah.
Oh my Awful.
Good
I
try.
might need to put it in like something else, but
I think at that
Something to try.
moment, a little like boop beep boop like sound effect plays as the screen turns on, and you see your little general manager, Darla Newt, comes on screen. They're wearing a like red and yellow polka dot dress. Their hair is like kind of messily tied back. Very thick glasses. Cheery smile, large eyes. Kind of, they have very good posture. It's the kind of the posture that like when you see them, it makes you want to sit up straight as well. Because it kind of makes you realize, oh, my spine is not supposed to curve this way. She says, "Good morning, M team. How are we doing this morning?"
great. This is good.
Good.
Just like bouncing uncontrollably.
Oh,
Coffee.
great. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. You guys all got wonderful marks on your last field mission up in Virginia. Everyone said you did wonderful before having their memory wiped of the whole experience. So that's great. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud to call you my M team. And yeah, you are now being sent on another field mission. Yay!
Let's go.
All right. Any guesses where this time? Any guesses? Any guesses? Anyone? Anyone?
Is it in a
Disney
field?
World.
It is in a field. It is in a. I will give one commendation for anyone who guesses the right state. You get one guess.
Pennsylvania.
Still Ohio count.
South Carolina.
You get one guess, Maude. You already guessed.
I should get 3
Max,
because of the
Nick.
Holy Triangle.
Holy triangle.
Kentucky.
Max.
Manager.
Say South Carolina. Say South
Yeah,
Carolina.
what state do you think you're being sent to on this next field mission?
Maude says, say South Carolina.
Well, you can tell Maude that that's incorrect also. You are
Max
all...
turns to she says,
your next field mission is in the great state of Maryland.
I forgot that was a state.
You are all being sent as a handful of hikers have gone missing in these state parks around the Appalachian Trail. 3
You tend to
hikers
do
have
that.
gone missing. Unfortunately, yeah. 3 hikers went missing approximately 26 hours ago. They were supposed to meet up with one of their fathers in Maryland, but never made it. Their car and equipment was sorry, this is so funny. Meadow put in the chat, you saying hikers? I thought you said handful of tigers.
3 tigers loose in the Appalachian wilderness.
Yeah, it's like a great time.
Tigers.
Yeah, hikers. Let me get my diction. Me. Okay. Yes, 3 hikers have gone missing. They were supposed to check in with their father a couple days ago. Didn't. The father reported them missing last night. Their car was found this morning, a little bit off the highway, about a mile and a half away from where they were had set up camp. So you will all, there's been a search party organized. You will all go and help the search party find the hikers and help them not find what made them get lost.
Do we know what?
There were some recording of anomalous energies in the area over the last couple days that are like sensors picked up. So that is what piqued our interest. You will also be joined by a fellow agent from our Washington, D.C. office. Since it's in such close proximity, there's a little bit of jurisdiction disputes, so they said they'll send one of their agents out, an agent by the name of Jennifer Mott. Mick, you recognize that name. They worked with you at your first office.
Were they likable?
They were very likable.
Okay. And you said Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Okay.
Jennifer. Tigers. It was tigers, excuse me. Darla continues. And she says, yes, Jennifer Mott, she will be joining you. Just the DC people want to get their fingers in it as they do. Strike that from the record, please. And yeah, you will all be driving out first thing in the morning. Your truck will be all packed for you, as it always is. Any questions, comments, concerns? Fun jokes?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?
That's a good one, Maude. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one before. That's a good one.
Thank you. I worked on it all week.
I can tell. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions or any good jokes like the one Maude just demonstrated, you know where to reach me. And other than that, I hope you have a successful mission. All right, bye-bye now. She clicks off.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess you guys have a couple minutes here before you go off to do your to finish your daily tasks. Do you say anything or do anything more with each other before splitting off?
I think I look at Margot and just kind of lift an eyebrow and go, You feeling all right to work in your current state?
I think so. Yeah, honestly, it feels like everyone says that caffeine like makes them like jittery and like there's bees. And it did make I have more energy, but there's normally a lot of bees going on in my brain and they seem to have chilled out. So I think it's better. Yes, I think I'll be good. Better, actually, yeah.
Would you like
All
some
right.
patches? Like Maude holds up like a bunch of like caffeine patches stuck to the ends of their fingers.
I put them down again. Very slowly.
We're a hazard to society. Come back later.
I want to know, how is Nick showing in their like posture or face anything about their past with Jennifer?
Actually, I think he looks really excited. I think he had a great. Wait, actually, before I say this, is Jennifer the one who got the senior PR position over him?
Yes, she is.
Okay. So, I think he has a great relationship with Jennifer, and he's not mad at her for getting it. He's mad at the higher ups for not recognizing its experience and work. That's not her fault. Like, he would have taken it too if the roles were reversed. So he really likes her. Like, he looks like excited to see her.
Yeah. So yeah. I guess you guys go about the rest of your day, doing whatever it is that needs to be done. Is there anything anyone wants to touch on before we reconvene on the start of your road trip tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I want to real quick just text my niece and say, check the online shop. I think we got a sale. I tried that spiel you taught me. Okay, bye. This is Mags.
I think you get a text back probably like an hour or so later with just says like all caps OMG, someone bought $200 worth of merchandise and like 5 exclamation points.
Oh my god.
I think the text scares me because I don't get a lot of texts. So I like jump a little and then I reach down and I look at it. I'm like, oh, right. I texted her. And I text back, that's because the speech you taught me is brilliant, just like you. Apple emoji. And then I send it and I go, whoops, don't know why there's an apple. And then I send that.
Oh my god.
I do like seeing that Mags does type with one finger.
Yeah, just one.
Like it's like
Oh no.
Yeah.
And not the swiping either, just
no,
tap,
just
tap, tap,
yeah.
tap, tap.
One at a time.
Yeah. Love that. So yeah, you guys all finish up your day and are set to return bright and early the next day. They asked you to come in a little bit earlier because it's about a 7-hour drive to where you're going in Maryland. It's to Gathland State Park. It's about a 7-hour drive from where you are. But yeah, your truck is out front. Or I think probably there's 4 of you. I say there's like a van out front that has enough stuff for like wilderness exploration and survival, and disguises, things just to help you out in the field. They have also went ahead and they got you like a hotel room at like or like a motel room. It's like at a Red Roof Inn, which is a triangle agency plant. It's a red roof. And because since it is such a far drive, they're assuming you'll probably at least stay 1 or 2 nights. So yeah, who I believe Margot drove last time. Who's taking the wheel going up to Maryland?
Immediately gunning for it unless someone else wants to drive.
Maude is climbing into the back seat and just taking the entire
holding Margot back from hopping in the driver's seat. If Mick would like to drive, Mags would let Mick drive, but Mags isn't letting Margot drive. So it's either Mick or Mags.
Mick will drive this time around. Likes to be share the load. I do want to add, on top of having that little container, that little like cooler that he's carried that has like the little passcode on it, he also has a like hiker's bag. That one section of it, because they have the mobile sections, also has like a little key code on the side of it as well.
Oh my god.
I feel like I'm playing Blueprints. There's so many codes. Yeah. I would say, I forgot to say beginning, this is probably like the first week of November. So like Halloween just happened. It's starting to get a little bit colder. The leaves have all changed. So that's Mick, I think, gets in the driver's seat. How does everyone kind of situate themselves for this road trip? And then I see, like, what is everyone doing throughout the drive?
Shotgun.
Maude?
Straight into the back, the very back of the van. Has splayed out and has like a bunch of like puzzle cubes and things of that nature that she's just like playing with, solving, mussing back up, and then chucking into the back of the van, and then doing the next one.
Yeah, totally. Margot, what are you doing?
I think the only thing that would be actively keeping Margot awake would be driving, for the most part. So, she ends up. The Triangle Agency almost definitely gives us this information. Margot had printed out physical maps for the places that they were going, and also has written notes from like other park rangers she knows, like any like little tidbits of information. Nothing honestly probably super useful like to the mission, but just like no one ever checks, like no one ever cleans up this area or like this outhouse, and then that area is always flooded past like such and such month kind of deal. She's like compiled all this information, sorted it, put it in her backpack, and then immediately knocks out.
Nice. And then Mags and shotgun, you said?
Yeah.
Which makes sense because you're the gun.
Vigilant. I'm keeping a very vigilant eye on the road and surrounding the road, especially as we get into more like the woodsier territory. I think Mags is just keeping an eye on anything. She would keep Mick company conversation-wise, but she usually does take a backseat to like the speaking, so it would be more following Mick's lead.
Yeah.
So Mags, why are you so interested in what I'm drinking?
I like to know who I'm working with.
You know who you're working with. We've been on a number of jobs together. I'm reliable. I'm helpful.
And you're drinking a mysterious liquid out of a mysterious container. I would like to know what's in that container.
It's a thermostat. I wouldn't really call that mysterious.
Well, it's not a thermostat. It's only mysterious because you refuse to acquiesce to very simple, unintrusive questions.
But how do you know it's unintrusive? What if by answering it, what if by asking and me answering, you're asking the most intrusive question any being could ask me?
Then I would expect and respect you for telling me so, since I've asked at least 300 times since we've met.
It's fine.
I figured it would be. So what's in there?
It is intrusive, but it's fine.
So what's in there?
Do you think we're close enough companions for me to tell you that?
Mags looks over at you and she shifts her toothpick, aka her gun, from like one side of her mouth over to the other and like narrows her eyes as you're driving and then just kind of gives the tilt of the head. She's genuinely tallying up all the like different occasions that y'all have talked or helped each other out, and like she's taking stock. And I think she goes, yeah.
Okay, well, how about this? I'll tell you what I'm drinking if you take off your glove and shake my hand.
So you're saying if I shake your hand, gloveless, naked, you're saying in the company
without
car,
protection,
if I shake your naked hand with my naked hand, you will give me technically unintrusive information. Is that correct?
Assuming I survive it.
You wouldn't, and that's why I'm gonna have to keep on just asking till you tell me.
Well, if you want to know, feel free to shake my hand, or at any point just touch my bare skin with yours.
And if you ever want to tell me, just because you want to confide, I'll most likely have survived till then.
I think he gives you kind of like I think he also thinks you guys probably are good enough companions to tell each other, but he like it's very clear the smile he gives you is like a kind of wistful, if only smile.
Yeah.
And then like turns back to the road.
I think then if you're not going to tell Mag, she's going to pick a song she knows you don't like.
And what song is that?
I don't know. Which one is your least favorite? I would like for Mags to have like paid attention to any eye rolls or like any groans or sighs of discontent or anything over the course of the many, many missions that we've been on together.
I think
it's like even last episode, the ABBA was it ABBA or was it
ABBA,
musical?
yeah.
I don't think the ABBA was appreciated very much.
It wasn't, but that's not the worst. I think what Mags knows is that it's not a specific like song, but it is a genre. Hates white country singers.
Okay,
just can't stand it.
I think then Mags will not stop.
Remember, this is a punishment for all of us if you put on bad music.
Correct.
We all suffer.
It's not bad. Nick just hates country music sung by white people.
I will put on some country music sung by white people, and I'll put it on low because I know that some people have conked out in the back. I'm not blasting it or anything, but it is playing very elevator music style in the back. Like it's all country ballads. So it's not honky tonk badonkadonk. It's not the cultural renaissance of our era, but it's
not Luke Bryan.
Brother.
But it is a very tasteful, what is it, strawberry wine or something? Like it's giving country ballads.
Kind of just cuts an eye at you.
Maude just starts singing from the back. Like,
so yeah, I think you guys you continue driving and you are getting through, like you've gotten through pretty much all of Virginia. There's a little, like you've gotten into Maryland at this point. You see the sky has darkened with clouds. It starts to rain a little bit. I don't have any. I need one of you roll me a d4. Just one d4.
me.
Because my dice are locked away because I don't roll dice, but I need
Yeah. 4.
Okay. And I think it's Mags. As I think you maybe have relented and let Nick put on better music, but you're kind of sat back, kind of watching the rain hit the windshield, the wipers, rhythmically going back and forth. Somewhere between back and forth, you're looking out onto the road, and you see a person standing on the side of the road.
What do they look like?
As soon as you even have the thought to register, even as soon as you have the thought to register what they look like, they are gone. And it's possible it was just a trick of the light, or you were just seeing things, or it was just a weird looking tree. You're also like, this is like, you're on the highway, like you're going like 70 miles per hour at this point, maybe a little bit slower since it's raining.
We're doing 50 right now if it's raining.
Okay.
Mick is very conscious when it comes to driving.
Then I don't think Mags has ever a single day in her life thought coincidences exist. Like if she saw it, she fucking saw it. So I think instead of like riling up the group, because I don't think she wants to stop the car and get out and look for nothing. I think she just goes, we're getting close to Mick.
Kind of like turns the head, like just for a moment, very clear, like elaborate kind of gesture that he does sometimes.
Just saw something that disappeared as soon as I saw it, so we're getting close.
Yep. Sounds about right.
I think Mags rolls down the window though. Like it looks very casual, like she's just got her arm out and like her face halfway out, but she's aiming her toothpick in case she has to shoot something that runs up next to the car.
Yeah. I will say it is raining, so you are getting wet.
Oh yeah.
On your face. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It looks hot. Is there an issue here, Dan?
No,
is there an
not.
issue?
I just wanted to make
sure. Whipping your hair back, like flicking
I
it.
need
like...
everyone else to know how hot Max is.
Maude has an umbrella open in the car, blocking the water.
Yeah.
It's only halfway, I swear.
Yeah. You can feel Fractal trying to stick their head out the window. And then also feel them sticking their head back in the window
like
as
long
they're like
fingers
on the outside
going
of the car.
around.
Yeah, you can feel long fingers wrapped. Yeah. But yeah, probably like another 45 minutes, hour of driving. You get to like where you were designated to go, where the search party is convening, which is like just at the top of a trailhead in Gathland State Park, which is very close to where their car was found, very close to where their campsite was. And the rain is still going, but it's like a light sprinkle, like enough that like if you didn't have an umbrella, you'd be fine. But yeah, and you see there's a bunch of people gathered there already. People who are like civilians who are part of the search party, as well as a couple like local police. You can see like the sheriff. And you see a like very like well-dressed older woman who Mick you recognize is also there. Who's like talking with the sheriff. Yeah.
Well, once she's done with the sheriff. Jen.
You see she turns. She is like a South Asian, very like long straight hair that's like half up half down situation, and like an all dark blue like blazer pant combination with like a funky bolo tie, and she turns as you say Jen. She says tonic.
Just kind of goes over like a big bear. Like, how tall is she?
She is, I'd say, probably like an inch shorter than Mick.
Yeah,
like, Mick
I think
is rather tall also. So
yeah,
like, it's like a tall woman.
Kind of grabs up by the waist. It's good to see you.
Oh, it's been a while. I think the rest of you see this happening. This embrace is happening for longer than you think it should for like coworkers.
You just hear a very loud camera shutter from behind you.
Kind of turns around and looks at Maude.
Is she hot?
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, TTRPG, of course they're hot.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 The rest of you get out of the car. You see you see that before the sheriff approaches you, Jin removes herself from Mick and approaches the rest of you and says, hi, Jennifer Mott. Pleasure to meet all of you. Jennifer Mott, the DC division. I've been acquainted with Mick for quite some time. And she looks at all of you and goes, Margot, Maude, Max, and she looks like slightly behind Margot. Fractal, right?
Yeah.
Lovely to meet all of you. How was your drive?
So well?
I did my research, don't worry.
And by research, she means emailing me.
Don't have to give away all the secrets, do you, Tonic? So
how do you guys know each other?
We work together.
Yeah. Before Mick went to Appalachian division, we worked together for a little bit. Mick worked under me, I suppose, but when I got promoted to senior PR. But you know, that's one day. She says a little coyly.
Maybe not, and just kind of like points out the red bow tie. Might have gotten into a little bit of trouble.
Trouble?
I'll be on my best behavior here.
And I unfortunately believe that. She says, I was just talking with our sheriff here. He was telling me a little bit about the missing individuals. I can give you a quick debrief if you'd like, or if you want to talk to the sheriff yourself, you can also do that.
What are you saying for why you're here before we like decide that?
I'm a representative from the National Park Service who just here because we care. We're trying to really crack down on missing hikers in the area and along the Appalachian Trail as a whole.
Cool. Dang, I think I have my outfit still in the car. I think I brought it with. Could bring up my badge if you need backup, but
that'd be
actually
great.
the NPS, not technically anymore, but for a while.
That would be great. Thank you so much, Margot. You see, every time she like talks to a person, is making direct eye contact with them, and is like very engaging. And she says, "Well, so what the sheriff told me. Just a quick debrief. There were 3 hikers who were supposed to be doing a 3-day, 3-night camping hiking situation here in Gatlin State Park. Their campsite is a little bit up the trailhead this way. Their car, and you see she like cranes her neck a little bit, is you can kind of see it parked in the ditch over there. It didn't crash. There's no sign of damage. It didn't crash. It is parked. All of their belongings are still inside. The keys were in the ignition, and the battery is dead. Their names are. She pulls out. She has a little like one of those little like flippy notebook things. Says their name. I don't, so I have this notebook. Their names are Taylor Crick, Stephanie Crick, and Charles Roy. Taylor and Stephanie are sisters. They were supposed to check in with their father, and she kind of indicates with her eyes a distraught-looking older man among the group, Elias, and they're supposed to check in with him yesterday, and upon failing to do so, Elias reported them as missing. And the search party has been organized and will be leaving shortly.
Cool. I'm gonna be right back. And Margot runs to the car and starts changing in the backseat.
Yeah.
I mean, have you Jen?
Or Jennifer, whichever you prefer.
Have you talked to the father yet? At all?
Not yet. I just arrived about 10 minutes before you guys did, and was talking with Sheriff St. Joe before you arrived. If you would like to speak with the father, you definitely can. He seems a little jumpy, as one might expect when your daughters are missing. But yeah, I so far haven't seen any special activity going on, though our sensors have picked up some in the area, so it's, watch out.
I'm gonna go talk to the dead. Anyone want to come with?
Yes.
Sounds good. Great. Let's go. Goodbye, Jennifer, for now.
Max, do you go with them? Or what do you do?
No, if they're going to go talk to someone that has any level of vulnerability, I should be very far away. I am intimidating. So I just like stand by Jennifer waiting for Margot to return. And I give Mick a smile and I go get him, Tonic.
And I think Mick kind of like started to walk away. You know, we might be close enough for me to share a secret, but I don't think we're quite close for that. But a very like fun smile on his face as he says it. So heads off with Maude.
What about me? Are we close enough to have a secret? I'll tell you a secret.
Sure. You tell me a secret, I'll tell you a secret.
Okay. But how do I know you're going to tell me a secret in response?
I promise. I will tell you a secret in response.
If you don't tell me a secret in response, you get 3 demerits.
I don't think you can decide how many demerits I get, but if I don't tell you a secret in response, I will...
Ooh, you can pay me in commendations. How's that?
Fine.
You can owe me 3 commendations.
I have some... Okay, listen. You'll tell me a secret, and then I will tell you a secret. And if I don't tell you a secret, then I'll owe you 3 accommodations.
3 something. 3 something.
3 something.
We can decide later.
Okay.
I used my anomaly ability outside of work.
Ooh. Okay.
That's a secret. But they found out, so I don't know.
Do that.
Alexander the Great had a 3rd nipple in between his back, right between the shoulder blades.
See, but that's not a secret about you.
See, I didn't say it'd be a secret about me.
Well played. Sticks out a hand.
So you approach Elias. He's like probably in his like late 50s, has that kind of salt and pepper, thick beard, and kind of short cropped hair, in like a red and black flannel, like kind of what you would expect of like a forest man from Maryland would look like, if you have any expectations of what that would look like. He kind of looks up as you approach. He kind of has been like, they set up like a little folding chair for him because he's a little bit beside himself. He looks up at you. His eyes are red and puffy, and he says, you're here to help?
We are. We're here to talk about a little about your daughters Stephanie and Taylor and their friend Roy. Do you happen to know the path that they were going to be taking on the pike at all?
Vaguely, I know the trail they were supposed to be taking. I don't know if they went off of it at all. I know where their campsite is. I know where they were supposed to be driving to tonight. But they were supposed to be, as of yesterday, were supposed to be leaving their campsite and coming home, and did not. But I know I've given that information, the trail and everything, to the sheriff. Should have all that. But you see, like, he kind of like is very like quiet, just kind of like in that reflection of like, oh, I don't know how to hold myself together in this moment. and they're very vulnerable. I think what you think is probably for like this kind of like almost like manly man, brawny paper towel man, is like being vulnerable to something he's not used to.
I think Mick kind of like just steps a little bit closer, not touching the man.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I completely understand how hard it is to worry about a child, to worry about children, your own, and we're gonna do everything we can to help you here. Try to make sure they come home to you.
Thank you. That's mighty kind of you. It's just so unlike them to, not check in, even give me a call or anything. They've been, they're adults. They're, my girls they're 25, 23.
Mm-hmm.
But they're, we're close, the three of us. But it's I just want to find out what happened to him. I'm mighty glad that you guys are here to help.
Of course. They both sound like good kids.
Yeah, they're great.
And
Charles too. Charles is great too. He's
do you know anything about Charles?
Charles, yeah, he's went to school. He was in the same class with Steph, my oldest. They grew up together. Have been friends since middle school. He's the one that really got them into hiking and camping and stuff. I like the outdoors, but I'm more of a go, out in the lake, maybe go to a park than really like long distance hiking like they got into. But he's a good kid. He's got a good head on his shoulder, comes from a good family. His parents are gone, unfortunately. But they, raised him right. Think of him as one of my own.
We'll try to get on all three of them back to you.
Thank you. He like lightly grabs like your arm. I'm like really like deep looks in your eyes and says, "Thank you."
Mm-hmm. And I think Mick will lean in a little bit closer to like try and say something that Maude won't hear, but I don't know how well he does. So Maude, if you want to say you hear it, that's fine. Just kind of leans in and listen. I'm not saying the worst is going to happen, but I'm not unfamiliar with the loss of children. So if at any time you're worrying, feel free to come talk to me. Just kind of pulls back.
I think that's up to Maude if she heard that or not.
You know what? I don't think Maude heard it because Maude is now like, I've talked to this human man. I want to go look at their car now.
Yeah.
Talking to people was a mistake because Maude just wants to feed him caffeine.
Yeah. You go and head over to the car. Okay. Mags, I think you're standing with Jennifer. She's kind of surveying, looking around at all the people gathering. She just says to you, "I got a good crowd, people to help look."
Yep. Could be the worst thing for us if we're trying to keep more innocent people from getting hurt by whatever it was that may have taken these kids. Fingers crossed it's nothing that will need our expertise.
Yeah. Hopefully not. It's you've been on a lot of field missions, right? You're not like green to any of this. You don't seem green.
Thank you, ma'am.
Been on a lot of missions with Mick?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Has he told you what's in that damn thermos? I never got it out of him.
And how long have you known Mr. Johnson?
Oh goodness. VJ, how long do you think you guys have known each other? I want you to tell me.
Okay, I'd say, I'd say about 5 years.
Yeah. Oh gosh, 5 years.
Well, what I can tell you is it's not nearly as sinister as you might imagine.
It's good to know. I think at this point, Margot, you have finished changing and have approached.
All right. I'm good. What's the plan now? You're talking to Dad.
Yeah. It looks like Maude has gone to check out the car. I was going to go and look at the campsite. I was going to see if Mick was going to join us for that. If either of you would like to join Maude checking out the car, that'd probably be good. But you're also welcome to come join us at the campsite.
Got any preference, Max?
No, just tell me where to. And she looks around, trying not to say shoot, and goes, where to walk.
I'll check out the campsite. I'll come with you guys for that. Wanna see if Maude needs help?
And then, yeah. So yeah, I think you guys split off a little bit here. It's not too far. It's probably like, you're probably the car is like probably like a quarter mile away, and then the campsite is probably like a half mile or so down the trail. So not too far. You're within if one of you screamed, the others would hear it.
Why you gotta phrase it like that?
That's a very normal way to phrase things. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, you I don't know who wants to go first, car or campsite.
Oh, go first. Yeah, I'll help check that out.
So Margot, Mick, and Jennifer are going down to the campsite. So I think a couple of the search party people are like coming along with you, not like with you, but are like going in the same direction, have a similar idea to you. But it'll be very easy to you can have conversations without them overhearing very easily. And yeah, you get down the trail a little bit, and you see the campsite. What do you you see? It looks like it doesn't look like the campsite of people who camp often. This is they left this campsite. This doesn't look like what it would look like for good campers sleep campsite. There is stuff left, not even trash. They left a full there's a cooler that's left there. There's still some there's a blanket that was left on the ground, things like that. What are you guys looking at specifically?
I wanna the desire to use Fractal like a familiar is very strong, even though I know as caretaker I should not do that. Just go Pokemon style, check things out. And that's probably would end up bad. But I think Margot starts out with a perimeter. So is searching the perimeter of the trees, seeing if there's footprints leading in and out, if there's anything broken, if there's any weird runes or shit like that, both normal and potentially anomalous parts of the outside of the campsite before kind of going towards the potentially mundane stuff inside.
And then Mick, what are you doing? Jennifer will go along with whatever you're doing.
So here's the thing. Obviously, we're coming here just in case it's us. But one of the things, little known fact about Mick, loves true crime and maybe did a stint as a detective in one life. So it's actually kind of like going through the people that are here and just kind of listening and just making sure they're not seeming suspicious. Because if it's a mundane thing, maybe one of them was involved since they'd be getting back involved in the disappearance. So it's just kind of roaming around, like speaking, saying hi, but really just like observing people.
Yeah. So yeah, Margot, as you're kind of like looking around the perimeter, you see it did rain earlier, so the ground is muddy. But you do see like the faintness of like boot tracks kind of around the outside of the campsite. It's very hard to tell what could be from the missing hikers or what could be from like the sheriff or the police. It's so like muddy and mixed together that like I think what you notice, like, this wasn't really a well-preserved crime scene if it was to be considered a crime scene.
Sure.
Yeah. And I think, do you have anything, or like are you doing anything to look for like anomalous activity?
Let's see. I don't think I have anything. Let's see. I don't think I have anything like personally anomalous. So
if you want to say that you have some weird measuring device, like you can totally, we can take that from the ether for sure. Like those definitely exist that they would equip you with.
Okay. Yeah, maybe like an EMP reader or something, looking for ghosts or weird electromagnetic frequencies that might be kind of potentially, at the moment at least, maybe narrowing down which one of these boot prints might have been actually leading away from the campsite. If there was something anomalous, then hopefully those would kind of converge with like, yeah, the campers went this way, and there is a huge spike in weird activity. So has pulled out like a little EMP reader and is like checking that out.
So yeah, you have this little EMP. You see, you're out in like the middle of the wilderness, so like the baseline is 0. There really shouldn't be a lot of like electromagnetic stuff. You see, you're like, there's probably like 100 feet away a little river that goes through the campsites. As you get closer to the river, you see like a spike in the EMP.
Okay. I won't probably go like fully rushing off after it, but I'll try to like triangulate it a little bit more to see if it gives me a better idea of like if it's like a certain focal point, like a weird marking, or if it's like potentially like a wisp of something anomalous that is like a trail, kind of like almost like a scent trail to follow.
Yeah. I think as you're triangulating, you're like going across different places. You kind of center it along there's like one large like pine tree that is near the river that you're getting some sort of electromagnetic reading off of. It's like, it's covered in like, it's so close to the water, it's covered in like lichen and moss up most of the trunk. The lowest branch is probably like, it's a very tall tree. The lowest branch is probably like 10 feet above you. But like from like the base to probably a little bit above the top of your head is just like almost completely covered in moss and stuff. And you're getting just a little bit of a electromagnetic pulse.
Okay. And I'll just kind of like, seemingly no one, just kind of like lean back a little bit and look up the tree and be like, Fractal, you think anything's up there?
You see one of the branches shake, as Fractal is up in the tree. So the answer is yes, Fractal is up there. But like there's it doesn't appear to be anything else up the tree.
All right, come back down. Do that later. We will be in the woods, I promise. It might have us in a motel or something for the night. I don't know. But Margot's gonna like take like almost one of those like I think they're used for like construction, like marking like ribbons, like the latex type ones, and tie one either on like part of the bark or like you said the lowest was pretty high, so like on a root or something, somewhere where it's visible that when I come back I can easily locate that tree, and then start kind of once I find a place where I can mark it and know where it is, just start heading in kind of the straightest line back that I can to the campsite, to the others.
I'm going to ask a question that seems both innocuous and mysterious, and I want you to answer honestly.
Okay.
Does Margot touch the moss? Not even like even just in brushes against it.
No, I'm trying to think. Probably she's not afraid of like the outdoors, and like despite all the weird like anomalous stuff isn't wearing gloves. This is her job is not sanitization, so it's probably not like picking the moss off, but to like tie something on there probably isn't like being like, ooh, can't touch anything, just try not to break anything off. So probably.
Okay. Mick, you are sitting, you're observing you said you're observing the people more so than anything?
Yeah.
Are you like interacting with them, or are you just kind of standing back and like walking?
I'm interacting with them. Like I'm like observing people to see if this is a mundane thing, if they're involved, and also if like it's not a mundane thing, is anybody being weird? Because whatever happened to them could have happened nearby. So like he's just, introducing himself, like happy to be here, looking for them with you, like being very personable and whatnot.
Yeah. You're like, you're, introducing people seem they don't seem like standoffish, but they seem very like a little bit more reserved. You get the feeling a lot of these were people who were like family friends of the missing people, or just like in the community. And like, they don't seem like, it doesn't seem like anyone's like involved, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
As you you like stand back up, and you stand with Jennifer, and she turns to you and says, "Happy to be here for a missing persons case?"
I said happy to be here to help.
It's still weird to be happy when
happy
people are missing.
Okay, you know what? And kind of
public relations. This is what keeps juniors from seniors. Is all I'm gonna say.
Well, speaking of public relations and juniors and seniors, you're a senior, I'm a junior at two different divisions now.
Yeah.
How's it going? Facts. Those are facts. How's it going in Washington?
Good. Busy. You wouldn't believe you probably would believe how much anomalous activity goes on in in the capital. That's a lot. And we also we go up and down the Potomac, Chesapeake Bay, a lot of that. There's there's weird things. It's how are things down in North Carolina?
Not as bad as I thought they would be, actually. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah, I like my coworkers.
Yeah, they
and the work's the work.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they didn't send you to Guantanamo,
Right?
It was a transfer. It wasn't, wasn't anything bad. And you see her eyes kind of go down for a second. And she says, "You know, I had nothing to do. I had nothing to do with that. You know that, right?"
Come on. I know you better than that. Plus, I'm sure you would have loved to have actually been my boss.
Would have loved it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she kind of looks around. She says, "This is a mess of a campsite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to jump to conclusions, but it does look like they were running either from something or to something."
Mm. Maybe if we're lucky, it'll just be a bear or something.
It's fortunately not bear season.
Did Mags tell you about seeing something disappear on the way up here?
No, she did not. What kind of disappearing thing? What happened?
I was driving and the other two were asleep, and Mag said something was there and then it disappeared. When she sees stuff, she sees stuff. So,
Hey, no such thing as a coincidence. So, I'll keep a note of that.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's. They're about to start the search soon. Let's go back.
Mm-hmm.
Back over at the car, we have Mads and Maude. You're about a quarter mile away from the trailhead. You see, it's a smaller sedan, 4-door sedan, like a 2008 model, so not ancient but not brand new. Has one of those things strapped to the top that has where you little turtle shell, where you can put extra things. And you see it is kind of it's not crashed into the ditch, it is parked into the ditch, but you can see it it stops suddenly in this ditch. And one of the doors is hanging slightly open, the passenger side door is hanging slightly open. What do you guys do?
Time to investigate.
All right, keep your britches on. We don't know if it's safe, so yeah, take as many pictures as you like. Just stay behind me until we can make sure it's clear, please.
I mean, but how am I supposed to? But we investigate together. Is better.
Just let me make sure it's clear, and then you can touch and take pictures of all the things you want.
Okay, then.
Thank you, Maude. Mags is probably one of the ones least likely to tell Maude no. It's very, very rare. But to keep Maude safe, it's kind of important to make sure Maude doesn't touch anything first. So I'm gonna just kind of peer around into the open door, look in, and then if I don't see anyone, I'm going to kind of open all the doors and start just making sure it's clear, and then I'll call Maude over.
Yeah. You're opening all the doors. You see there are some smaller bags in here, kind of more personal bags than actual hiking things. Those are probably up in the turtle thing or in the trunk. You see a little tote bag and a small backpack. You see at the basically the bottom of all of the the floor where all the seats were there's a little bit of mud and dirt. It seems they kind of all just got in there, didn't really wipe their shoes off before getting in the car. There, one spot does not have any dirt or anything at the seat because there's only 3 of them. The seat, however, is soaking wet. Nothing else in the car is soaking wet. Just this one, just that seat.
And they've been gone for 26 hours and the seat is still soaking wet?
Yeah, at this point, probably closer to 40 hours.
Ooh, ugh.
Which seat is it again?
The one behind the passenger seat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back right-hand side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the door that was open? Is the
No.
passenger door was open? Okay.
The passenger door was open, but the one behind it was not.
Are there any like dash cams or anything in this car?
There could be.
Could I say that it's possible that there are dash cams in these cars? In these here cars, Your Honor?
If you would like to ask the agency
I would.
for there to be a what's it called? A car dash cam. Let me pull up because I did it wrong last time. There are 4 things you need to do to ask the agency. A stated effect you want to occur, which is you want there to be dash cam footage. And then a series of mundane events that occurred to cause the effect. What mundane?
He
things?
bought one and installed it.
Yeah. A relevant professional quality you are embodying or enhancing with this change. So that's your quality assurances. Which one of those do you think you are embodying by trying to make this happen?
I think this could be a few things. I think this could be persistence or attentiveness. I think they both kind of count, and I would take either.
I'm gonna say attentiveness.
Okay.
And then a successful roll of at least 1-3
Okay.
from your 64s.
Yeehaw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okie dokie, lemon smoky. One of y'all better roll 3. I ain't playing around. Yeehaw. Okay, that's a 1. That's a 1. That's a 1. That's a
Jesus.
1. That's a 1. That's a 3. Okay, I got all ones and 1 3.
Holy shit.
Damn. Came in clutch at the end.
Oh, that was terrifying.
It's the
Yeah.
die I can't read well, also. So I was like,
Oh, yeah.
oh god, this is not looking good for me.
Yeah.
Max just
Awful.
implodes. The
Yeah.
agency just takes her forever.
Mhm. And yeah, you now see a little dash cam is sitting up at the front. You'll have to like plug it into a computer to get the
But-
footage.
Yeah. But can I do it hotly? Like, can I do that thing they do in action movies where you just kind of like grab a device and rip it, but the wires are fine? Like, the
Yeah.
wires are magically fine because I used the grip strength of a hot person to take it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I
Tell
want to
me
do that.
what hot person are you embodying? I need like a reference.
I'm currently in this moment embodying Letty from the Fast and Furious franchise, one of the
Perfect.
baddest bitches to ever do it.
Yeah.
So I like reach over, I give like a little like snarl and just like rip it out, and the wires look perfect and pristine.
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna get those to someone to look over.
Mm-hmm. But like otherwise it seems safe. There doesn't seem to be anything in this car. That's
Yeah.
like, anything dangerous in this car, excuse me.
As I'm ripping the dash cam out, I'm calling out for Maude and going, "It's safe, just moist."
That's almost worse. I wish you had told me it was dangerous in here.
Come in or don't, just telling you. It's
Oh,
real
God.
moist in here. Maybe
What?
even sticky.
Why?
Don't know.
Wow.
That's part of investigating.
Okay, well, like to take some sip wet seat.
Hell yeah.
Can I smell it? I don't know. Does it smell weird? Does it smell like
It-
rainwater? Does it smell like ass? Like
Not mature enough for
It
this.
smells
swamp ass.
It smells like I'm trying to like, because I know what it smells like, but I'm trying to like embody that to you. It does smell swampy. It smells like old mud and like greenery. It smells like things. This is a phrase I'm about to say. It smells like things that are used to being wet.
Like I said.
It is not sticky. I will say that.
Well, it could have been.
You touch it.
Only one way to find out. Mags, you want to touch it?
No, I do not. That is your area of expertise. Let me get out of your way here. I'm just going to hold this thing full of wires in my hand while I let you do your thing.
Do you know how to access that thing?
Oh, no. No, I do not.
Well, can I shut the car door and then open it and use my best? Well, how many people are nearby us, actually?
No one.
No one? Okay,
Yeah.
I'd like to use my best self and get a version of Maude out that is good with tech and able to access the dash cam.
Okay. Roll your d4s.
How many D4s again?
6.
Okay. Well, let's see how we do. Ooh! Ooh! I got 3 threes already!
Well, did you get
Yeah,
more
we're
than
cooked.
3? How many did you get total? Oh,
Well, now, yeah, and then one more 3, so 4 threes
okay,
total.
so 4 3s. So not transcendent, but 4 3s. So
I think, is it transcendent even if I get more 3s?
it
or
has to
do
be
I have to get
exactly 3. Exactly 3. Yeah.
three?
Yeah.
Bollocks.
So then, yeah, let me pull up your thing. Your best self. An alternate version of you is inside. They have a particular skill that is useful to your current situation. They disappear from your world within an hour. Oh no, 6 or more 3s. So yeah, you have. What does this tech mod look like that emerges from this car?
It's just Maude with glasses, and it's just Maude with glasses. It's just like, hi, can I take this?
Oh, hey, Tech Mod, and just hands it over.
Well, thanks. Just get out. Don't look at me. Just goes to the front of the car and just starts like.
Mags immediately turns around.
Um,
Very used to the quirks of all the mods, and would like immediately trust them with whatever they've been brought out to do.
They are modifications on the original.
Yes, they are.
they're a
I'm
new
funny. You have to
model.
laugh. They're modeled after me.
So yeah, Tech Mod goes and is accessing the dashcam
The
footage.
modern mod.
Yes, yeah, modern mod. What are the two of you doing? What do you do as that is happening?
Looking over the car for weird, like, any signs of like a struggle, or like, did they seem like they took off like normal? Like where the car door's locked, or any scratches on the outside of it, or like they left the keys in and the car was on, and so the battery's dead. Like, kind of weird.
Yeah, you look around. You don't see any sign of struggle. You don't see anything. All the car doors were left unlocked. From what you are seeing, it appears as if they pulled over and possibly sat for some time, and then got out of the car and left, and don't know where.
I really want to touch the wet seat. I don't want to. What if I make another mod do it? What if I summon another mod to touch the wet seat? Particular skill is being good at touching wet stuff.
I feel like that's the original mod's particular skill.
That's true.
You can put on gloves.
Yeah, I'll put on gloves, I guess, and I'll put on gloves and then press down on the seat. Does like any water come up?
Yeah, like it like kind of collects, you know.
Scoop a sample of that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And yeah, you can see like they have their like little personal bags in here. You see like there's a little tote bag, has a couple books, and some like portable chargers, like things like that in it. But yeah, other than that, it doesn't seem like anything. It seems interestingly uninteresting. And I think after a couple minutes, Tech Mod has the footage. It says, "Do you want to watch it now, or do you want to? We can get the group together. What do you want?"
I mean, we could watch it now and then also show the group, so we could just, we could splice for the important stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So roll that funky music.
Yeah. You see, she says, "I kind of already, put together. These are the most interesting parts that I think. It's very short footage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you see it starts like with the car parked at the trailhead, and then you see like the car, like the lights beeping. As like someone like unlocks it from the outside, and then you can see 3 people booking it to this car. There's no sound, but like you can like see like the car like shakes a little bit as they're like putting stuff in the trunk and stuff, and then the engine like rumbles, and it backs up and gets onto the highway, and about where like you guys are, like distance wise, you see there's like a small flash of light, and then the car slowly pulls off to the side and stops, and then Tech Mod has already made it so it fast forwards several hours, and then you see the car shakes once more as if several doors are being opened, and then you can see the backs of 3 people as they walk right into the woods.
Stop smiling like that. Why'd that smile?
Great, terrifying. I think Maude looks at this and she sees the flash and waits for it all to be played out, and then turns to real Maude and goes, "I saw that flash on the side of the road.
You said about that?
We gotta get to Mick." She's just going to
Great. I love explanations.
Take like the dash cam physically from you and go, "You have what was on here in like some place that exists outside of time and physical space, correct?"
Tech Mod says, "Yeah, it's in a nondescript ethereal cloud."
Wherever you've put it, this is a problem. And she's gonna slam it on the ground and stomp it out to make sure that no one else can get that footage. She's also going to kind of like bury it a little, kind of like a dog with like a very mangled toy. Not like a proper burial, just kind of like kicking some dirt out of the way, like some mud out of the way, and then kicking some more on top, and then stomping it into the ground a bit.
I love how she can very literally remove things out of existence, and she's like, "We're crashing and burying this.
Dig it."
Not worth it.
Tech Mod says, "So I still have probably about 45 minutes before I blink out of existence, and I'm sure you're going to a place where it'd be hard to explain why there's now 2 of you. where should I, kind of wait out the rest of my life?
I mean, do you want to just like crawl into this ditch and die, I guess?
I guess. She just kind of
Wait,
gets up.
tech mod, wait.
Yeah.
Brutal, Jesus.
Tech mod, wait.
Holy shit.
Oh, wait. Can you touch her?
No, that's just me like reaching out. There's
Well,
no
you
way
should-
I'm
you should-
touching
You
tech
should
mod.
touch her. No, wait. I think this will be fun. I think TechMod agrees. You should touch her with your hand.
Real mod, how many times do I have to tell you I'm not an experiment? Tech mod, wait.
You're not the experiment. She is.
If I'm part of it, I'm a variable, and that counts as being part of your experiment. We have gone over this so many times.
But wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be just like a little bit fun? I think like
Never
that'd be
fun
just,
to
like,
get a demerit. I don't know what you're talking about. I will.
Oh,
not
is
be
it a
touching
demerit? I mean,
It
like
is.
that's fine. I have a demerit. Like
I don't know what
That's
that's
not a big deal.
like. Tech mod, before you curl up and die alone in that ditch, I have something that I must ask you.
Of course, yeah. What's up?
What is the password?
Oh, it's modern mod, but MAUDERN, MAUDE, or M@UD3. Sorry.
leak speak.
Okay, thank you. You can now go die in that ditch.
Oh, you want?
Just
Here's
kinda-
I found puzzle cube. There you go.
Just kind of rolls down the hill into the ditch. You guys go back to reconvene. Mick, Jennifer, and Margot, are you guys going to reconvene as well, leave the campsite?
Yeah. And I'll let the other two know. I'm like, there's this treat has EMP stuff to it. I don't know. I marked it for later. I wasn't sure if that was going to be useful or not if we were going back that way. If we do camp out here rather than going to the motel, I feel like we'd have a better head start on things.
Okay.
All right. Does Margot look weird? Anything off?
I'm so
No.
sorry. There are cats fighting in the background. I need to fix this.
So yes, Margot looks weird.
Yes, Margot looks weird.
No,
Oh,
she doesn't.
All right. Okay. All right.
She looks
All
weird as her soul leaves her eyes as her player goes to fix
Turns to
the cat.
moss.
Yeah. Oh, so how's everyone doing? Having a good time? Yes. Yes.
I have a rubber ducky.
Mhm. That you do?
It says I can speak into existence a great
Idiots have been
possi-
separated.
Nice.
Oh.
God.
It says I can describe an outcome to the duck, and it will
Yes.
tell me 3 steps from which I must take to achieve said outcome.
Yes.
And it'll make that thing possible.
Yes. As long as
Can
it's
I
not
re-
directly about an anomaly.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it turns into a lump.
Yeah.
Can I ask Harvey if we can find the 3 kiddos alive and well and changed?
I do believe that would be asking him about the anomaly.
No. That's asking about the anomalies to get the kids back. Ooh.
Well, ask him because you're asking about their disappearance.
I'm trying to get the outcome of getting them back alive. Uninjured.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, Mick and Margot, you tell them all about like the strange tree and stuff you found.
Yeah. No, there's I marked it for later, so I feel like maybe that'd be a good start. But yeah, no. So tent instead of motel. We can get on it better if we're not. I don't know if we're doing the search tonight, but
Margot.
What?
Margot.
did you hear something?
Mick, you don't hear anything.
God damn it. No.
I've been thinking Margot Polo this whole time.
That's your name? Oh, God. I'm going to
You see
choose
Margot
to
looking around.
ignore that.
Mhm.
If you see,
Wait, ignore what?
I'm ignoring it. You don't seem to think it exists, so I'm.
Wait. No, I didn't hear it. Which in his head he's like, that is really strange. Like he's like straining his ears
Mm-hmm.
because he has really good hearing,
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't hear it. And I'm not saying it didn't happen. I didn't hear it. And he looks at Jen. Did you hear it?
No, I didn't hear anything at all.
There's no
yeah.
such thing as a coincidence. So
That's the problem. I don't. God, this is gonna be distracting.
is Fractal also hearing it?
I don't know. I like a fractal. Are they doing anything?
Don't seem to be responding to anything.
Okay, I like that less. I don't know if this is gonna work. Margot's gonna take I think wildly she packs her own backpack.
Of course.
She's got like radio stuff in there for I don't know how ham radio works. I don't know if you need the big honker things or if that's something that you can do like with like a normal smaller radio. But
Sure.
she's got a Walkman type triangle agency stuff, if not like a smaller, like portable, almost like Walkman type radio, and then some thicker headphones, and they're relatively noise canceling, and she just puts them on over her ears. Like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but if I still hear stuff through here, then keep an eye on me.
So-
Nick, I have a theory.
And we'll hear that theory next time.
Hey.
Thank you all so much for joining us here for Triangle Agency Appalachian Division, episode 3. This
2,
episode.
1.
Yay.
Blast off.
Blast off.
Everyone, before we head out, tell us who you are, who you've been, who you will continue to be. Starting with VJ.
Hey folks, my name's VJ Harris. My pronouns are they, them, he, him, and something funny. I am a professional TTRPG designer and full-time professional GM. You can find me everywhere at VJH Creations / or VJH_creations. And you know what? By the time this goes out, there will be a form up if you want me to make a free monster for you. I'm doing some practice for stuff. So if you want a little guy, come check it out.
Cute. I'm Storm, she, they. You can find me most places at Storm Sorceress. You can also find me on the Nat 20 show playing cyberpunk Shadowrun type stuff, and then on occasional stuff on Cole Wolfren's channel for D&D stuff. Otherwise, yeah, that's all I got.
Oh my god, it's me. Hi. Sorry, I was just sitting in silence. Howdy, I'm Meadow, she, they pronouns. I'm Meadow. I've been Meadow, will hopefully continue to be Meadow in the future. You can find me everywhere on the internet that matters at Howdy Love Darlin or Howdy Love Darlin GM. I play games, run games, and write games professionally. Basically, I play pretend all the time and have the best life I could ever live. I thank you so much for having me here. I can't wait to show back up and shoot more guns.
Hello, it's me, Darby McGee. That's not my last name, but it's for the purposes of rhyming. Yeah. I do stuff and things. You can follow me on the internet as Chaotic Darby. If you can find my handle there, I'm there. If you can't, I'm not. Yeah. Yes, just keep up to date with me and the things I do. Indeed.
Said so mysteriously, Jesus.
Yes.
You're gonna kill someone, it sounds like.
Kill? No. Requisition them into the next life? Yes.
I've been Dan, aka Dan_the_Baker. You can find me anywhere I want you to find me under that username, but you can always find me here at Open Table Adventures, where I will be your host with the most. We have more actual plays, one-shots, interviews, recipes, and so much more. So make sure you stick around. And remember, you are always welcome to pull up a seat. See you later. Here's that. Previously on Triangle Agency, Appalachian Division.
This is gonna get cut out, right?
No,
Yeah,
sing it.
for sure
We'll
now.
put it in, yeah, this will be the blooper reel at the end of the video now. It'll be, yeah, it's great.
I've
Sure,
cursed myself.
Yeah. Insane.